Allegedly. Don't even lie to me.
It's all about that one bit.
Careful of the camera.
Hello, Pyroman. There are a lot more of you here than I originally expected. I thought this was going to be just me talking at the back of the wall. So thank you all just for showing up. I really hope that was the point.
Thank you for showing up.
You're welcome. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Breaking the Otaku Stereotypes. I put it in quotes because,
It's a slant, don't do that.
well, let's put it this way. When you think of the term otaku, what do you generally consider? Just shout to that. Anime, yeah. Nerd, but overall, it's pretty positive, right? How do other people view anime fans?
Crazy.
Or
Or a little kiddish.
It's just how things are. And so the point of this panel is, how can you, as people, try to make that go away? How can you kind of curb that and make it not as bad? Because in general, what? Oh, she's straight up now. Yeah. I'm sorry. Alright, in general, the image of the nerd has kind of become more positive because being a gamer now is socially acceptable. There are games like Call of Duty and Madden that everyone kind of plays. And, I mean, we don't necessarily play them, but it's kind of become the thing. Everyone can play video games. It's not a big deal. And so when you call yourself a gamer, it's not a huge deal either. And I kind of want it to be that way with anime, or, even cartoons as a whole. Because there's a fairly negative image that can kind of go with, I watch anime and I really enjoy it. People have all this preconceived notions that, oh man, you must be this, you must be this. And what I'm saying is that if you identify these individually, we don't necessarily have to be that. And by, one person at a time, we can fix the problem, because that's kind of what happened with gamers, that they grew up, they became more powerful, and took over the world, essentially.
Well, they just grabbed their friends and gave them remote control. Here, play this.
This panel is meant to be a little bit funny, so please don't take it too seriously.
Seriously.
Seriously. Where's the...
Turn up the main, Skip, bro.
Where is the volume on this? Is it over here? There's a speaker somewhere. Professionalism.
Just yell. Just yell, please.
Alright. Alright.
Get on the mic.
Alright. Don't eat the mic. Don't eat the mic is a good suggestion. I guess I have to though, because people can't hear me otherwise. Right there. Better? Better in the back? Cool. Alright. Seriously. So yeah, this panel is broken into essentially 3 parts. First part is identifying the symptoms of behavior that is like the stereotypes that I'm identifying. I've kind of put them into broad categories, so don't get mad at me if I left things out or if I'm making broad general statements. That's the whole point. And then the second part is the dangers that can happen if you encounter one of these stereotypes. And then the third part is suggestions for how you can not be that. At the end, I'll have some more suggestions that are all preachy and stuff, and it'll all be good. Shall we continue? Seriously. So the first group that I'm identifying is hyper fangirls and fanboys. Oh yeah, we all know what's going on there. Yes, indeed, it's a very fun. And the way that you can tell if they're fangirls or fanboys, first sign, they're generally easily excited.
Yeah!
It doesn't take much to get them to squee and just get very excited. I went to the Hitalia panel yesterday. It was a great panel, but my eardrums took a little bit of damage from that one.
One in the morning was really crazy.
Was it?
It was special. I went to it just because she's a crazy fangirl.
Yeah.
Hyper fangirl.
Any Italia fans in here? Can you kind of relate with that? Alright. I kind of get the same way whenever I see Patrick sites. Like, I kind of die a little bit. Like, oh my god. They love to pair off their favorite characters. I mean, that is all Hitalia is generally about, is like, oh my god, I love America and Britain. Oh my god. So hot together. I mean, it's just one of the things that you kind of notice. It's been going for a long time. It happens with pretty much every big series. Naruto, like Sasuke is another very popular one that I've seen. It doesn't have to be the same gender, but everyone likes to make their one true pair. It's the one that is right for them. It is the chosen. And then there's also a lot of fan fiction that kind of revolves around that too. There's entire panels about that. We'll skip the fan fiction talk for now. Yeah. There we go. And they're also very prone to arguments. A very big one. Subs versus dubs. Anyone? I love both. I like both. There's good subs, there's good dubs, you know.
Then there's
Yeah, the Clan had DVDs. Oh man, good voices. I'm not sure about the casting, and the dubs were not very good either. They would have giant blocks of text that would take up half the screen at one point. Yeah, they got a little choppy. Anyway, tangent. They love to argue as. I'll kind of see this. In this panel, we're going to be all kind of guilty of some of these things at certain times. I know I'm definitely guilty of a lot of these things all the time. It happens. Danger. That's right. The first step is admitting you have a problem. Or all of us have a problem. Hey, we're all here. Dangers of meeting a fangirl, fanboy that is way too hyper. Hearing damage. You see that laugh? I couldn't hear any of you because of the Hitalia panels. It's gone. Excessive blomping. I mean, if you dress up as a character from Hitalia, you're gonna get attacked. Or Domo. That's another good one. I feel kind of bad for the pedo bears going out there because oh man, everyone wants a hug from pedo bear. I think we're all a little too old. Oh, okay. Alright, there are two in the front that are totally okay, but we're not going there. Yaoi battles.
Could you just say that one more time for me, real deep?
One more time?
Yeah.
Yaoi battles. You have the same reaction. Oh god. I mean, okay. Here's a few very simple suggestions for how to, go about fixing this if this is in fact how you define yourself, or just behaviors, whatnot. I'm sorry. Number one. Down a little bit, just a tiny bit. Because it's okay at conventions, but if you're in a mall and you see somebody that's like your friend and you just like tackle them, might not be too cool, unless that's a thing. I don't know. Oh no, there's no sound, unless it's coming from that, which is very unfortunate. That's it. I have a second video of it. That's part of the show. Give me a second. Yeah. Number two, no touchy. This kind of goes for conventions. If they have a free hug sign, absolutely, they're asking for it. If they're your favorite character, just pump the brakes a little bit. Don't run up to them and say, hey, can I hug you? Can I hug you is okay. If they say no, don't hug them. My voice is gonna get really hot. Oh, there's no sound. Oh no, bum.
You can narrate it.
I couldn't narrate this. That's crazy. Again. Oh no, PowerPoint. You got this.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Put it to the mic.
Let's mic up to him.
Thank you, Sonic the Hedgehog. Again, I'm all about professionalism here. And between each one, I have a palate cleanser because I just like having a little bit of cuteness in between each one. It kind of makes things a little better, a little more enjoyable. And so, yes, this is the Raichu. I love Raichu so much. He is the best Pokemon. They got it right. Oh, I see you back there. Next up is one that, it's pretty big. Let's see. Come on, Fireport. Forever Alone! Oh, man. It's, again, this is a stereotype as people perceive them. I'm not making any claims about people. They've assumedly given up on socializing. I've had my days where I'm kind of like this. But I'm talking more or less the people who just completely, they shut themselves in. They're still functional. They have jobs, they have lives, but they just give up. It's not a huge deal, but it's what they do. Anyone? I love you two in the back. I love you two. I'm not saying body pillows are bad. I mean, it's totally cool. They're definitely part of the culture, and they're something completely unique, and I never want them to go away. A whole harem of them, yeah, I don't know. I'm also not suggesting get rid of them either. I'm just saying
Buy more
you
pants.
might.
More comfortable than yours, you're just jealous.
I'm a little jelly, bro. Hold yours up. I want to see it real quick. What you got? What you got?
Pillow.
I want to see it. I love it. Has it committed waifu or husbando? Now, I'm not saying you have one that you consider particularly special. I'm saying if you truly, truly believe this fictional character, that's all you. That is yours. Let me tell you a quick story about one of my friends. He lives out in California, so I only see him for whenever I go to AX. And the last time I saw him, I shared a hotel room with him. I accidentally made the mistake of touching his Mio body pillow. I didn't grope it or step on it. I tapped it with my hand, and he freaked out on me. He just started yelling at me, saying he has to get distilled water to wash it off. It gets better. So on top of sleeping with it the entire time, which is, that's what you do with body pillows. But when he wasn't in the room, he didn't leave it there. He put it in the wall safe. Yeah.
So he locks up his own waifu? What kind of person is that?
Oh, no, he makes up for it. Because as he's leaving the hotel room, he stops, looks back, and then realizes she's probably sad right now. Or not safe, one of the two. And so he goes back from the wall safe, grabs it, puts it in a clear bag, keeps it in his bag the entire convention. Just carrying it with him, but no one can see it, so it won't get dirty. He has every Mio figure that I know. Yeah, he's got a lot. He's what I consider to be the ultimate Mio fan, but it takes it a little too far. And at one point, he actually, before Mio, he was committed to Konata from Lucky Star, but he deemed her
So
impure.
he waifu swaps too? What kind of person is he?
Oh no, right now he's got two. I can't remember who the second one is, but yeah, he's got two right now. So he's a waifu polygamist, I guess it's a thing. Yo,
He's a slut.
yeah. This picture kind of just reminds me of what can happen if you're truly, truly forever alone. I know, right? Who gives pizza to their date? Come on. Step it up. At least give them something good. A home-cooked meal.
Buy him a drink first.
Yeah, that's right. Buy a drink first. Right. And I couldn't really come up with any dangers for encountering a Forever Alone. They're socially acceptable people. They're just a little quiet in their personal lives. And so this is more for them. We're roaminess. Just a little bit. It's a danger. Not harmful though. A few suggestions. Get out and meet some new people. It'll help a tiny bit. I'm not saying saying obliterate what you are, but you know, it helps to just kind of branch out a tiny bit more, meet new people, whatnot. Maybe meet some other people who have a lot of body pillows. I've seen that. It's all good. And yes, physical socializing is definitely the best. So I encourage it. Anime clubs are great. There's a couple of them in the area. Meetup groups, they do basically the same thing. And another great place to meet people, right here, conventions. Yeah! We're all here for the same reason. We all love anime. We all love games. We're all nerds. And yet here we are. You know, sure. How many of you have met somebody new this weekend? Just out of curiosity. I love that. I love seeing that. Oh yeah. And this is like more of a serious psychology suggestion. When you're really bored and you're just sitting there like checking Facebook or continuously refreshing forums, waiting for answers. Yeah, that's another one. But when you're bored, try to get off the internet, try to do other things. It'll kind of help. I know when I sit on Facebook or forums or 4chan, just sitting there refreshing nonstop, I get kind of sad after a while. It just kind of grows on me. I just get kind of bored. When I get bored, I get sad. So doing other things, yeah, kind of helps a little bit. So anyway, moving on. Time for another palate cleanser. It's a kitty. Oh, look at his big eyes. Yeah. It's kind of bright. I probably should turn the lights down. Y'all can see the kitty, right? He's got the cheeseburger.
Italian people going into the... It's not
basement dwellers. Yeah. He's not in the basement, but I think he kind of sums it up. Just put him in the basement. I was going to use the other one where it's all the 4 characters from South Park in the basement playing WoW, but I figured he kind of sums it up a little bit more. Yeah. So, obviously, they don't leave the basement very often. Yeah. That's fact. Poor hygiene. I mean, you may have smelled 1 or 2 before. It can occur. You just kind of walk in the area and it just hits you. Or, you know, they can hear kind of, you know, they haven't showered in a few days, weeks, or months, ever. And then because of the fact that they don't leave the basement very often, you know, they lack socialization. This can be taken to certain extremes with NEETs and hikikomori in Japan. A lot of them, they don't really leave the apartment, they're not doing anything else, so they just sit there, and they can come off as kind of rough when you meet them in person. Has anybody seen the show Welcome to the NHK? Yeah, great show. It's totally about that. I mean, you put him in a basement, and that's kind of it. But, yeah, lacking socialization is kind of a thing. Danger! Confunk. There's a couple of corners that it's pretty bad, but the staff has been very good about making sure it doesn't stink too bad. I don't think I've seen anybody get Febrezed yet, but we have Sunday. Sunday usually smells the worst because that's after the rave, and I feel bad if anybody doesn't shower after the rave. Awkwardness. Again, they don't get out very much, so that's kind of their jam. They just don't really talk very much. Instead of talking, a bit awkward. So my suggestions? Practice talking to people. That could be online, that could be in person. Again, so socializing in person is the greatest thing, because here we are enjoying each other's company. Outside of the basement. It will help a lot. And then of course, shower, shave, deodorant, please. It's for everyone's sake. Didn't really have that much to talk about that one. Everyone knows a basement dweller too. I used to be one very, very hardcore in high school, and I kind of emerged from the basement. I came out of the basement, as I like to call it. I think we need another palate cleanser. That's an interesting taste in my mouth. Oh, you've all heard Gangnam Style, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes! I don't think you can go around here without hearing it. Oh man, I love that song, but it's everywhere now. That was quick. Alright. Moving on to the last category really quickly. I had to sound. It would have been really awesome if it went off. Oh, so I'm kind of sad there's like other speakers or something.
Do it yourself.
Hey, let's everyone do the creeper sound. Thank you. That's a nice editing we have there. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to it. Creepers have a tendency to follow people around, specifically at conventions. I'm going to open this up really quick. Does anybody have any particular creeper stories that they would like to share for fun? It doesn't necessarily have to be here because it's a smaller community. It doesn't happen all the time here, but AX, I know a few people who've been creeped on hard. Yeah, in the back. It's all 10 minutes? Did he talk to you at all or not? Just, yeah. That is kind of how creepers are programmed in Minecraft too. They just kind of follow you.
Got one down here.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about one where he didn't have the courage to ask them for the picture, so he took them from peeking around the corner.
Wow, that's pretty intense.
That just reminded me, on a Friday I was walking around, there was this guy, he's too scared to ask me for my picture, and so he's walking from me and just taking a tons of pictures and sitting there laughing.
Wow.
I'm like, you want a picture? And he just laughed and walked away. I'm like, okay.
Oh man. I mean that sounds like more of a miscommunication, but yeah, I mean it creeps you out. It's not necessarily intentional. It can happen. A lot of it's social awkward. Any other ones really quick? Oh.
I have a pretty good one. She was an infant, really small, and there's this girl who's all of a sudden, baby, you know. So she's coming in, she wants to talk, or she's teasing her. Well, finally she just comes up to her, and she's like, "Do you want Pocky?" And it's like the first thing you teach your child is you don't take candy from strangers. So she's hovering, and then when she finally makes a move, she offers her candy.
I think that's the worst possible thing you could do is offer a baby candy right off the bat. There and then there and then there. Stories? Okay. Oh man. Does everyone know what the Pocky game is? So the Pocky game is where you get two people and one piece of Pocky, and you both put it in each other's mouth, and you start biting toward each other. The first person to flinch loses. So you can see how that kind of can get awkward. Your face is getting closer. Yeah. So that's fun. Yeah.
I don't see the problem with taking candy. I've been offered.
Okay. Fair. That's fair.
Along with some sweets.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Today.
He did not want to be eating cake.
This guy followed me around, hitting my costume,
Kira.
saying, "Yeah, you like this."
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I would not be okay with that, but
There was
man.
at least communication there.
He at least said something, but oh wow,
That's when you go into a bathroom and just hide.
He followed me in.
What? Oh man.
Now I'm sad now. I was sad before.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Oh yeah, I got a quick one. Yeah, this isn't even at a convention. This was I was at Disneyland of all places. I was in line for a ride, and there was a guy who was standing about this close to me the entire time. I would move forward, and he would just in place without even looking at me. He would just get up in my face and stare off in the other direction, like I'm not doing this, but I am. Just that's just my quick one. I mean, it makes you uncomfortable, kind of creeperish behavior. Creepers have a tendency to take a lot of pictures, but they don't necessarily share them with people. So like a lot of photographers, they will take a lot of pictures, and they'll usually put them on the internet, share them on Facebook, show them to friends. Creeper kind of has a tendency to just put them on the hard drive, and that's it, and it's gone. It stays there for all eternity, or until their hard drive dies. It's not really a huge problem here. But at AX, it seems to be a fairly big problem. There's people with these ridiculous camera setups that are just crazy expensive. They're getting all these high-quality pictures. And, you know, they're not giving business cards. They're not even being really polite about it. They're just taking pictures of people as they walk by. Some of these pictures may or may not be necessarily appropriate either. That is another big problem with conventions that have escalators. Leave it at that. kind of glad they're here doesn't have any escalators because that would be a big issue. Yeah. And then another thing that creepers have a tendency to do is unwelcome advances. This usually affects the ladies more so than the guys, but again, we're equal opportunity here. It can happen all around. Creepers, maybe they don't know how to socialize better, but they kind of they jump the gun and they will make you feel very uncomfortable. Again, what did Sonic say? I'm not gonna repeat it. If it makes you uncomfortable, that's no good. That's no good. Dangers, discomfort. Yeah, I mean, you all felt creeped out whenever you got creeped on. Yeah, kind of the definition. Fact. Another one, stranger danger. This, never offer Pocky to children. That's a good one. Like, yeah, everyone should do that. They've been telling you since you grow up, don't take candy from strangers. Don't get into odd bands. Don't end up on To Catch a Predator.
Step 1, step 2, step 3.
Question mark? And another thing is really, you don't know what people are capable of. And so you don't necessarily know their intentions. And so if they're getting a little too close to you, yeah, you never know. I mean, it's just all kinds of thoughts can go through your head, and it's a bad situation all around. There was a case at another convention a couple years back of two people, a younger girl, I want to say maybe 18 at oldest, and a guy who was older, like 30s, and the two disappeared. I don't really know if she was abducted or if they left willingly, but still. They didn't turn up for a couple weeks in a few states over, so that's kind of creepy. I was not okay when I heard that. Yeah. So, suggestions. Or no, actually no, I got one more. The picture goes over there. Right, you can take that as you will. Suggestions. Don't stalk con attendees. Don't do it. Don't. We had Domo getting stalked, and that's a big issue. I mean, 30 minutes and followed him into the bathroom? Oh man. So also what I'm saying is be a little bit careful tonight, especially if you intend to do anything extracurricular. Yeah, be on your guard, just a little bit. You'll be okay. Take appropriate pictures. That goes along with the story that she told. Don't sit there and just take a bunch of pictures of people and laugh like you're going crazy or you're an evil villain.
Man, we're sad.
I'm glad we don't have any escalators because no inappropriate pictures in that don't touch people that you're taking pictures of unless it's okay with them. I've seen a lot of photographers, again, bigger cons, it's more of a problem here. It's a smaller community, so we don't really, I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that you probably won't meet other people at AX and you'll see them again and again. Here, it's a lot of the same people every year. But don't touch the models unless it's totally okay, like, hey, can I pose you really quick? A few years I have seen people who they're like, can I take a picture? Okay, and then they just grab the model, and they like raise the arm up, and they lower them down like they're playing a game, and it always bugs me. So, use some etiquette here. Always ask. It's, if somebody's sitting up in the atrium sniping pictures downward of people in the atrium. Sorry, I'm a little tired. It's been a long day. Yeah, it's gonna kind of creep you out a tiny bit. So please, appropriate pictures. It's gonna make a lot of people better overall. Use some etiquette. And now we're in some general suggestions for all. Get outside more. I do love going outside.
Yeah, that's in the sky. That's where World War II happened.
Oh man. My mom walks on the beach.
Yeah, going outside is it's healthy, it's good for you, you meet new people, and it'll kind of just make you happier in general. You get vitamins from this. Socialize more in person. Again, it's going to help you meet new anime fans, so you can kind of build a bigger community, and it helps everyone out as a whole. It's just exercise. I mean, I'm not saying you have to just be a bodybuilder, but a little bit of exercise, any exercise is better than none. It kind of helps your brain stay healthier. I'm a psych major, so I'm all obsessed with mental health and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd for brains. And exercise has a lot of stuff. Who knows, you might meet some new people, who knows. Get another hobby a hobby on top of anime. I'm never saying get rid of anime because I've been a fan of anime for as long as I've been able to get VHS tapes of my own. I mean, I started off watching Akira. And I didn't understand it at the time because I was about that big. I probably shouldn't have watched it. But I loved it. I think I turned out okay.
I'll be the judge of that.
No, I'm not a creeper.
Anymore.
Is this?
Oh, that hurts. I thought you liked me. Oh, okay.
Let me take your picture and laugh maniacally. Come here, eat my coffee.
This creeper over here is named Zach. Everyone say hi, Zach. I'll make the hissing
You want
noise.
to like that?
You creeper, you.
I'm gonna leave now.
I'm still a big fan of anime and games. I took up a hobby recently of parkour and freerunning. I've been doing that for a couple years. It's really fun, and it seems to have a very big nerd community behind it. I actually saw a video recently. It was of somebody dressed as Ezio, running around doing stuff.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Assassin's Creed parkour video. It's a great video, and it combines two things that I love: video games and parkour. Yeah. I'll keep my eyes up for that. But parkour has a fairly big community, partially because most people who do it, they found it from the internet. And if they just sit on the internet watching videos on YouTube all day, they're probably going to be nerds. So honestly, it's another great way to meet people. So that's a plug for me and my friends. Yeah, it's a great way. Improve hygiene and appearance a little bit. You know, if you smell bad, please shower. That's all I got. Yeah, not too much there. And then creative expression. This is one that I think is really important as you mature. Finding more articulate ways to say, I really love anime. Drawing is a great one. If you're like me and you can't draw, then perhaps write. I love giving panels. I'm nervous. Kissing? Don't go creep on people, that's not good.
It's the genre.
Oh, okay.
She's really excited, like you mentioned Minecraft, so that's all she's just like over and over.
That's adorable.
It's really
But creative expression is a really good way to tell the world in a healthy and constructive way. I'm a big fan of anime, and I can do all these other things. I'm a great person because of the fact that I love anime. That's part of the reason why video games have kind of grown up from this childish thing to this almost artistic in a lot of cases. Like, there are definitely games that people consider to be art, just as there are anime films that could be considered art, like Paprika. Oh, man. And we could list a ton of other ones that are great. Akira, I watched it recently, and now I understand it, and I love it. I didn't for the longest time. I was like, what does this mean? What's going on? Is that Louis Anderson? Oh, you get it now. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell, the original series, and even standalone complex is great, but it's, you know, more episodic, obviously, it's episodes. But yeah, creative expression is a great way to go about it. And along the lines of that, learning how to explain why you love anime in a constructive way is a great thing too, because if somebody walks up and they say, you like anime? What's that, Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, and that's it? Like, you kind of get a little offended at first. It's just like, oh, it hurts. There's a lot more to it than that. And so learning how to not say, hey, no, like, get mad. Yeah, that's a good first reaction. But, yeah.
I've had a lot of people say, oh, so you like cartoons. Like, cartoons is American based.
Yeah.
I watch anime, which is basically Japanese cartoons. There is a difference between the two.
Yeah, absolutely. No. Having the ability to say, yes, this is what it is. I thought it was mine. It's not my phone. Yeah.
Oh, also, just like a lot of shows on TV are about really bad things, like drug cartels or like really unproductive families. And anime is all about like friendship and bravery and love, and it's all really good and also exciting.
A lot of it is. We can come up with examples otherwise, but yes. It's good. Yeah.
Someone's coming. Usually with my own family, like the common stigma with anime that I feel is you say, oh, well, it's kind of cartoons, and oh, well,
absolutely.
It's tough to really explain to an uneducated person.
Yeah, some people think it's all hentai too.
Yeah, there are definitely people who think it's like anime. Oh, you like cartoon porn? No, thank you. Honestly, one of the best things that happened to anime is Pixar, because people can see these animations and it's not a real movie, and they can take it as something that is great. It is artistic. It has a good storyline. It can move you. All sorts of things. And so people are kind of becoming a little more open-minded to it because, oh wow, this is an animation. This is good. Oh man. Yes. Or actually, her first.
There's been quite a few times where people have approached me. I'm an avid anime fan. I actually walked around campus with my cat ears and nail for about a month after I got them. So
Yeah.
there was quite a few people that approached me and wondered why, explanations, and from there I learned how to really visualize. Just say, sure, Naruto, yeah, Naruto, Bleach, that's all anime. That is anime. I'm not gonna deny it. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna deny it.
Yeah. I mean, it's all kind of the same like category, but that's like saying all cartoons are The Simpsons or all cartoons are Family Guy, but that's not even close to the truth for American cartoons. Yes.
Yeah, it annoys me when they're like, oh, well, it's a cartoon, but anime, like in Japan, and like sometimes you can find it here, they don't always release them. Like in Japan, they have all these different stuff. They have, like soap operas, they have things for all ages. It's not just one age group, and I feel like that's the main thing that gets people upset is that people think it's one age group.
One of the biggest problems is that people only see what is on TV, and so you got to keep supporting it so other stuff gets on TV and so other stuff gets licensed. I made an entire like 2 panels about how you should support the anime industry and stuff like that. It was called Death of the Anime Industry. I did that 2 years running. Did anybody go to those? I'm sure you did. Oh, in the back. Thank you for your continued support. It means so much to me that people will listen to me talk about stuff. Is there one in the back? I don't know. I saw someone's hand up back there.
I have my hand up.
Okay.
Okay, so we were checking into the hotel on Thursday, and we went into the elevator to go get something for dinner. And this old couple was like to my friend, hey, can you turn around and face my husband? He was like, okay. And points to his shirt. He's like, see, this is that anime I was telling you about. And we were all like, okay. And then we just went our separate
That brings up an interesting point, and that'll be my kind of final thing, but yes, I'll get there in a second.
A lot of people see Sailor Moon, for an example. They think of the Americanized version that was made for young girls. The original Sailor Moon, believe it or not, was 13 and above.
Yeah, now a lot of these shows that we get out here are cleaner than they are in Japan, like Dragon Ball Z. Really violent.
Spend their power-ups cussing at each other.
Yeah.
It just when it gets translated, they take out a lot of the cuss words.
Yeah, I mean, that's for mass appeal, and that's
We'll
to make
shoot you
money.
with our invisible guns.
Exactly. Yes.